Welcome back, friends. Please comment your phone numbers, mobile operators, ISP, IP addresses, location, phone models, browser info, mobile network, payment methods, etc. in the comments below so that I can either store or sell them to other third-party marketing agencies to make profits and of course improve your personal experience. Don't worry, your data is always safe and encrypted with me and no harm shall befall you. Do you feel bewildered and shocked? Then watch the whole video to know all about the latest WhatsApp privacy policy and take the necessary steps to protect yourselves. Hi guys, today we are going to talk about the new WhatsApp privacy policy update which slowly encroaches into our personal lives and the digital exploitation trend that ensues. If you're using WhatsApp, then you must have seen a privacy policy update pop up on your screens. You can either click agree or not now, for which you'll receive the same prompt again later. For iPhone users, the choice has been made even more simple by only providing the agree option to click on. To use WhatsApp and its features, one must agree to the new privacy terms and conditions, or else your account will be deleted after 8th February 2021. The previous WhatsApp privacy stated, respect for your privacy is coded into our DNA. Since we have started WhatsApp, we have aspired to build our services with the set of strong privacy principles in mind, whereas the updated one completely omits the principles which lay the foundation blocks of the company. The three main aspects that cloud our minds are what personal data is collected by WhatsApp, what data is being shared with Facebook, and thirdly, what data is shared with business accounts on WhatsApp. Starting off with the personal data. It includes the phone model, operating system, battery status, signal strength, time zone, IP address, which can be used to track your exact location, WhatsApp usage, payments and transactions, status updates, group updates, profile pictures, about info, etc. WhatsApp stores undelivered messages on its servers for up to 30 days, after which they are deleted. Also, forwarded media is stored temporarily to facilitate faster sharing. Now WhatsApp states that it can't read your chats because messages are based on end-to-end encryption. But then again, how can we be 100% sure? Especially when WhatsApp itself holds the algorithm used for the encryption process. Keeping all this personal data accumulated with WhatsApp aside, one would wonder what type and amount of data is being distributed to Facebook and other Facebook companies such as Instagram. The answer is almost everything. The data shared with Facebook can be used to provide more personalized ads, offers, content, and recommendations. For example, if you share a link with your friend on WhatsApp about a new TV, gadget, or any other product that you are interested in buying, WhatsApp and Facebook can use this information to provide customized ads and offers related to that same item. Moving on to the data shared with business accounts. All the information is made available to several people in that business, and each of those business might be working with third-party services which will also have access to all the shared data. Another point that I would like to mention is that the updated privacy policy states that it isn't in favor of third-party banner ads. But if it wishes to do so in the future, there is no foundation. It's a no-brainer that we will see ads on WhatsApp sooner or later. Owing to WhatsApp's unprofessional and data breaching privacy policy, many of the users would want to delete their accounts. But this also has a catch. Deleting one's account would not result in 100% removal. Data related to the groups created or the data that other users have of the user, like messages sent to them, won't get deleted. Another interesting fact is that the European region seems to have a separate and more secure privacy policy as compared to the rest of the world. But why? The answer is stricter government laws and regulations that are imposed and enforced on the companies in order to protect the citizens' rights as well as to prevent data theft. Unfortunately, here in India such laws and protections haven't been strictly implemented, so Indian citizens don't get the same kind of treatment as compared to those living in other developed countries. But if the recent trend with many Chinese and other non-compliant apps is to be taken into account, we are making good progress. Citizens need to be aware and informed too. Public interest litigation is one such way the government facilitates appeals against the atrocities committed by big companies against the general public. Now let's be honest, even if the government enacts strict laws to curb such malpractices done by multinational companies, it will take a lot of time. It's obvious that WhatsApp is no longer a privacy-oriented messaging app. So as consumers, we have to exercise the power to boycott WhatsApp and any other such application which does not respect customers' data privacy. So what do we do after uninstalling WhatsApp? Easy, switch to a better alternative like Signal, and many more which do not force you to consent to dodgy privacy policies and try to circumvent legal loopholes in the system. There is a whole list of such applications in the video description section. Please check it out. The Telegram app was also being recommended by many, but it seems that it also follows a similar privacy policy as that of WhatsApp. Whichever app you decide to use, please read the full privacy policy before installing it. Personally, I would definitely uninstall WhatsApp if they do not amend the privacy policy after 8th February. What are your thoughts regarding the new WhatsApp policy, and which app would you be switching to in case you decide to uninstall WhatsApp? Let me know in the comment section below. Also like and subscribe the channel if you enjoyed the video. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.